Hey guys, Rick with Let's Level Up, and I'm here with Justin from Fireside Games talking about the big tour.
Yes.
Yeah. So you just tell us a little bit about what's going on.
Well, we realized that when we brought Anne-Marie on full-time, my wife and designer of bears, we brought her on full-time, we needed to make sure the company was really doing well financially, and we have a hole in our list of retailers we knew about. A lot of them on the West Coast, or there's a big empty hole where we don't know. We know people are selling our games, we don't know how, and a lot of places in Texas we just haven't been. So we put together this tour and we figured out that if we're both on board, actually drawing salary from Fireside, it needs to be making more money, so let's get out there and sell more games. And so we did. We packed up, we bought a minivan, and we are hitting the road. We've done 30 or so stores now. I think we have about 80 or so we're going to hit, and we're here now in San Angelo.
It's incredible, yeah.
Losing sleep and playing lots of games.
Yeah, so for those of you who don't know, I'm located in San Angelo, Texas. A little under 100,000 people are in town, so not a particularly big stop.
No, getting bigger, but
I would definitely appreciate you coming by.
Oh, it's
you guys make excellent games.
Oh, thank you.
I was
Thank
telling
you.
Anne-Marie earlier, all of your components are so good.
Thank
And,
you. Thank you.
It's one of those things that's, when you buy, you're just a normal, when you're the layman, like myself, $50 for a game,
Yeah.
you want something that's going to last.
Exactly.
And you want something that's going to be as replayable as your games.
Right, right. That was the big thing for us. We knew that going into this, we wanted to come across essentially like a big professional company, and that meant putting the money into the components and stuff, and making sure the art was good, and really testing the rules and all that. So we feel like we succeeded.
I'm doing a review for a game now. I won't say the name.
Shh, careful.
But it's
Not quite what you were hoping for?
not quite what I was hoping. The game itself, the game is great.
Right.
It was a Kickstarter success, which
Okay,
is fun.
cool.
And it's just the components. Some of them are really good, and some of them just feel like paper.
Yeah. Sometimes a lot of the Kickstarter guys, it's their first game, and they're
Yeah.
kind of cutting their teeth still. They're learning how to do it, what not to do, and how they hopefully won't lose money on shipping and things like that. So yeah.
I read that. Yeah, you heard about that
Some
guy who
horrible-
lost his house.
Yes,
You heard that?
yes.
Go to
Oh,
that.
yeah. He's not the only one though. There have been a lot of things that have happened with Kickstarter where people are just bleeding money in the end. It's like, yes, they hit their goal, but they didn't set their goal where they really needed to be. So, fun times.
So, if you have any advice to any would-be game makers out there, what would it be?
Let's see. First off, make sure you're doing something that is original. Do your research and check out other games. If it's too close to another game, is it different enough or is it not worth it? And then definitely the best thing I tell you is test. Test. If you're not bored of your game to the point where you want to light it on fire and throw it away, you're not done testing. And then test it some more. And finally, at some point, you may be ready to write the rules and have other people test it for you. So yeah, the more times you run into the problems that are in the game, the fewer times other people will tell you about it. So that's definitely my biggest advice. And if you really want to be a game designer, you're gonna have to push through some effort. Anything creative, there's a point at which it stops being fun and becomes horrible. And if you can get through that, that's where all the good stuff is. So punch through.
That's kind of lesson in life.
Yeah, exactly.
Not
It
just
is.
games.
Yeah. So, no, it's been good. It's been a good run. We're pretty excited.
Yeah, I knew of Castle Panic, but I really didn't know all the. I didn't know of Bears. I
Right.
didn't know of Bloodsuckers.
Yep, yep.
I play tested both of those, or I not play tested, but played them.
Right.
And man, they're great.
Good. I'm glad you're loving it.
Yeah.
That's kind of how it happened. I mean, we started Castle Panic on kind of a wing and a prayer. We knew it was a good game. We rolled the dice, put a bunch of money into it, and it turned out to be a hit. We sold out our first printing ridiculously fast, and have been reprinting ever since. And a lot of the ideas in the expansion, the first one, at least, Star, were kind of leftovers from the original game that we pulled out to make sure we had a nice, clean, simple design. And then the other games were all just other ones that are on the list. I mean, I still have a good half dozen minimum that are seriously about to be ready to develop kind of thing. We just can't get them out fast enough. And I always, part of the inspiration for me was there weren't games out there like kind of want to play. Nobody was making a board game like this, a pure co-op thing. So I just made one. And it turned out to be really fun. So it's kind of that thing. We feel like we're filling a little bit of a niche there. And then, yeah, trying to keep the quality up and make games we want to play, things that are fun. And yeah, thank you. I'm glad you're liking them. That's
The man, it's refreshing.
Good,
Especially because how passionate you seem about the hobbies that we're passionate about. That's awesome.
yeah. So what do you play in your downtime?
I play everything.
Hey, that's what I like to
play
hear.
everything,
Very
so
good. Very
There's
good.
not a game I won't try. I may not go back to it.
Sure.
but-
Get your hands on everything. Well, there's so much coming out that's new too. I don't know. It's such a race to keep up with everything.
Oh,
I'm
sure.
buried in our own games so much. I sometimes look over and go, "Oh, I want to try that." No time. Eventually, but yeah.
Well, you have a big project coming up in a few months, right?
We do, yeah. It's actually at press right now, Dead Panic. I call it a zombie rework of Castle Panic. Panic, because if I say it's a zombie version, people think it's just going to be Castle Panic with zombies, or it's not. It is actually a whole new game built on the Castle Panic system. Instead of being an abstracted game where you're all defending just kind of randomly, you are now an actual person in the cabin. So you essentially take place in those towers. You have to move from arc to arc, fighting the zombies in that arc, and maybe repair a wall if you can, scavenge for whatever pieces you can find inside the cabin, and there's not enough. You run out of everything. You run out of bullets, you run out of stuff, and you run out of health. The zombies will tear down your walls, they will get at you, and the nice thing too is in Castle Panic you survive by defeating all the monsters. In a zombie apocalypse, there's always more zombies, so that will recycle. You'll never run out of zombies. Instead, what happens is there are friendly tokens that will come out that bring you radio pieces. Get all 3 radio pieces from those guys. You can call the rescuers. The rescuers show up in essentially the woods, and they don't move. They just sit there and wait for you. You have to leave the cabin and they're pretty smart guys. They get out, you have to make it out to the van that they come in, and then you're safe and out of the game. Until that point, you're actually vulnerable to the very last minute. And unlike Castle Panic, where the monsters just come forward, these guys are smart enough, they actually come to whatever's closest. So they'll move around the rings and come in towards you. So when you step outside, you're the tastiest thing out there probably. They're going to come for you.
Now, is this something that's going to be cooperative like Castle Panic, or if I win, do I win? And as long as I get out, is that okay?
That's essentially how it works. It is a cooperative game in that you're going to need help. You're not going to survive on your own. But when the van shows up, it's for every man for themselves. So
I love it.
It's interesting to see when we've tested it. Some people play pure co-op all the way to the end. They're helping their buddies get out. They're trading cards to make sure that somebody can make that last move. Other people are like, I'm in the van. The heck with you guys, So it's very much player-based that way.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's been a nice twist on it. It is co-op in its spirit, but at the end you have to get in the van. It's your job to get yourself out. So.
Oh man, I can't wait to check it out.
Yeah, that should be. We originally announced it as an August release. I think it's going to be September, especially with ocean shipping. But we're going to have copies at Gen Con. So if you're going to Gen Con and you really want it, bring some money and we'll give you a copy until they're sold out, and they will definitely sell out. So.
Oh man, I appreciate your time taking time to talk to me.
It was really nice talking to you, Rick. And good luck with the rest of the blog and all that stuff.
Absolutely. Good luck with
Hello, viewers.
All right. Thanks so much.
You bet.
Take care.
You too.